of life.
Look at that.
We're gonna recycle that?
For a very special person.
Did you write
Okay,
that?
now I'm going to read the thing. Okay. People with siblings have better survival skills
True.
because they've had experience in physical combat, psychological warfare, and sensing suspicious activity. In the basement of 1517 Drexel Road, there was a lavish set of wicker furniture with various other types of chairs mixed in. These were situated in a half circle in front of a black and white TV. 3 channels, 6, 10, 12, and sometimes 23 with PBS.
47.
The wicker chair was the most comfortable and coveted chair in the basement. Here is where I learned from Susie to defend my own territory. The key demand that had to be forcefully announced was, I get this chair
When I come back.
That's right. If you were sitting in Susie's chair when she got back, there would be hell to pay.
Oh, yeah.
However, the smaller siblings' demands were rarely respected. They didn't really matter.
Imagine that.
I do have a confession. In those early days, I would sneak nickels and dimes out of Susie's change dish in her back bedroom on Drexel so that I could go bowling at West Lawn Lanes. It might be safe to confess this now.
No.
I'm just saying.
She's listening.
As it so happened, in 1974, I was transferred to NAS Miramar, Naval Air Station Miramar in San Diego, and Susie worked at one of the hospitals, also in San Diego. I had no idea which one. One evening, she invited me to join her and some of her nursing pals to go out to a bar on Mission Beach. It was a great time. We got a little high before we went, so everything, even the entire evening, was hilarious. Everything seemed to go in slow motion that night. Things were laced, and it was really weird. Also, while in San Diego, we went to see Joshua Rifkin play a bunch of Scott Joplin songs on the piano. We love that stuff. Preservation Hall Band, that sort of thing. I'm just going to kind of throw in little tidbits of things about Susie. It's not a cohesive, speech. Anyways, I always recognized her total love and devotion to her family and friends, especially mom and dad. She broke away for a while out to California. Can you imagine San Francisco in the late 60s?
No.
I really should have asked her more about that time, but didn't dare. But as soon as Dad started having medical issues, she immediately uprooted and came back. Then moved to Morrison Lake with the folks. After she moved back to Lansing, Susie and Barb and I would typically gather on Friday nights at her house for steaks, sauteed mushrooms, and maybe a vegetable, and a big bottle of Hardy Burgundy. High-class stuff. I would look forward to that every week. She loved sports cars. She had a very cool MGB.
Mm-hmm.
Midgets. MG midget. Was that a midget? Yeah. It was a midget. Anyways, and then when Mom said that all of us should move to Arizona, she was the first one to go. Rock, Colleen, Bonnie all followed. And if any of us others, outliers, needed a place to stay when visiting the Arizonites, she insisted that we stay with her. I'm not sure how many medical practices or offices Susie worked in, but I was told by a reliable source that she basically ran the offices. Well, thanks. Whiskey. Not the desk people, nor the other nurses, not even the doctors. It was Susie. She was a dichotomy. Susie could be thought of as standoffish at one point, and another point in time be rather assertive. As these permanent bruises can attest. I read somewhere, how does one measure good? The good of anything is found in its ability to accomplish what it was created for, to realize its purpose for existence. The good is only possible in the light of truth. Truth that is independent of opinions and emotions. And where goodness exists, you will find beauty. Susie discovered the truth of her purpose in order to act on what is good and beautiful in life. Simply put, Susie's purpose was the well-being of others, especially dogs. Lastly, it's a relief to finally get this burden lifted. I swore to Susie that I'd wait for a time such as this to tell you that, except for Susie and I, all the rest of the siblings were adopted. All my sisters.